Hello everyone! Today the video will be about the resume or curriculum vitae. It is a very important document of your application and I want to share with you my template. So I created this template myself based on lots of many templates that I saw before. I kind of combined all ideas and put what I think is the best in the template. And it is important to use a template for your resume because it keeps it well organized and it makes it easy to read. This is what they're looking for. I'll share my template here on a screen so you can see what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna go through all sections and kind of describe what to write in each section. So first is name and your family name. For this, if you see, like this is bold and I use Times New Roman font for everything, but for the title, for your name, I used font 18. And everything else I wrote in font 12. You can go with the font 10 if your resume is very long. My resume is, let me see, I think it's three good pages. This is the length of my resume, and for 3 pages I use font 12. So if your resume kind of is longer than 3 pages, 4 pages, you might want to use font 10 to make it 3 pages, you know, kind of like that. So the first section is your education. You list all the universities here that you graduated from, and I would go in the reverse chronological order. So you start from the most recent, from the most fresh school that you graduated from. You put the university name, the city and the country where the school located. Then you put dates attended. If you haven't graduated yet, like for example some master degree, you can put current as a current date if you're still in that school. For main dental degree, I would write university name, I would write city, country, and dates when you graduated, and then the name of the degree, how it states in your diploma, how it says in your degree, and then I would also write in brackets the name of your degree, how ECE interpreted that. For example, my diploma was interpreted by ECE like Diploma of Odontology, they even wrote it in brackets. Diploma of Stomatology was, I think, like that. And I wrote in brackets that exactly how it says on my diploma, and then I said Diploma of Stomatology in brackets. I wrote that. And then dates attended. You obviously list only universities. You don't need to list high school, so don't do that. That will not look good. Then you go to work experience. So for work experience section, I saw some schools, like for example University of Las Vegas, Nevada, UNLV. They kind of have their own template and they require you to file their own resume template. So with them I would follow only their template because this is kind of a requirement. And they divided your work experience on US-based work experience and on your home-based work experience, which, I don't know, they like it, but I don't think it's a good idea. I didn't do that for my resume. I mean, for them, I did, but otherwise, I would not do that for my resume. I put my all work experience together in the reverse chronological order, the same. So the first, you put like your current position or the most recent position, and you say the position title, like for example, if you're currently working as a dental assistant, you put dental assistant, then city where you're working and country, and then you put dates. And here it is optional to put hours. Obviously, if you have a lot of kind of experience as a dental assistant and you want to emphasize that, you can put hours in brackets. If you just started and you're working part-time, I would just leave the dates. So it's optional. Then you put the office name. As you see, I made everything well organized, so I put it in cursive. I would follow this kind of template to make it easy to read. So the office name, obviously, whatever the name of your office where you work, and then you put your duties. So for the duties, I want you to show the example from my resume because it's kind of important not to skip details. For For example, I worked as a dental technician, right? Let's go through dental assistant. So for dental assistant, you need to put every kind of procedure that you assisted with the doctor, so they know that you're familiar with them very well in regarding like US dentistry. I would put chairside assisting during fillings, root canal treatments, crown preps, crown preparations. Everything in the resume has to look like expanded. Teeth extractions. Then I would put coronal polishing that you did yourself. Then impressions, alginate, silicone, and brackets. Pouring models, like if you did digital impressions, put it in brackets too. Then printing models if you did that. Then interpreting, like if you also worked as an interpreter at your work. Some dental assistant jobs require the Spanish speaking, or some even require the international, like some foreign language speaking, like the government dental offices. They have a lot of foreigners to come and they require such interpretation. X-rays, in brackets I would put what kind of X-rays you did. I would put like bite wings, periapical, like whatever you did, panoramic, cephalometric, everything you did, so they know exactly what you did at this work. And then sterilization, if you did sterilization. Be specific, be like details, don't skip like any little details that you think are not significant. Then I would go through each position that you ever work like the same way. And obviously as a dentist, you would put your dental experience like in everything is in reverse chronological order. And also remember, they don't know what you did as a dentist, so as a duties I would list like what did you do, like what did you do, crown preps, like fillings, I don't know, extractions, whatever you did, like whatever you performed. Then the next one is computer skills. Computer skills, it might look like it kind of not very important, but it is for the resume, especially in our new digital dentistry world. So let me see what I put for computer skills. I listed like Microsoft Office in brackets, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Then if you have experience working with CAD, then I would put SolidWorks or whatever program you used. Then I put Mesh Mixer and in brackets kind of in case, because these programs are all similar but the name can be different. So in brackets I put what this program is about, 3D printing. Then I put MATLAB if you have some experience coding, in brackets I put. Then you put like, I put Minitab, statistics in brackets. So you put everything you know. This is like, I'm just making examples from my resume. Then next one is presentations, awards and research. So for this one, you obviously start from the title. In brackets put university name and date, and then you make a short description. What did you do, if it was published or still you're working on this publication, or it's on this article. You can put like painting publication, or you can put published and which journal then, and be specific. And then if you received some, if it was a presentation or you received some award, also mention that. And obviously list all your achievements in this section. It's kind of easy to say, but sometimes we forget, because some achievements we had even in school, so don't forget to mention anything, any your little award or achievement that you had in school and after school, everything, like you mention everything. It has to be very specific because it does matter. The next section is very kind of I've heard like a lot of questions about this, what to put in this section. It is certificates and additional coursework. So for the certificates, I would put, if you have a dental hygienist certificate, I know a lot of you guys are working in Florida as a dental hygienist, you can put that here. I would put, if you have dental assisting certificate, I would put it right here too. If you have this kind of certificates in coronal polishing, X-ray, CPR, you can all list them here. And if you have a relevant coursework, by that I mean if you attended any other not dental related program, but it had some classes that were relevant to the field of dentistry. Like for example, if you did master degree in public health, you probably took some classes that could be written here in your resume. Let me see what I wrote here. You can write like tissue engineering, like I wrote, or and then you put university semester, and you put the name and credit hours. And you can put like biomaterials, whatever is relevant from your master degree in public health or any other degree. You can put this in relevant coursework in your resume. And it doesn't have to be many, just what is relevant, like maybe 3 or 4 courses. Or if you don't have it, just don't put this relevant coursework at all, obviously. And then the last section, but I feel like the most lovable section, is continuing education courses, dental courses. These are all these kind of certificates, but then they're not like really going to the certificate section. These are courses that you took after you graduated dental school to expand and improve your knowledge. So like, like it's so many conferences, seminars, just like courses about dentistry in any dental field, like narrow specialized or general dentistry, and you can list all of them here. I would put all of them with the lecturer name, date, and location where you took it, so the admission committee would see that. Okay, so a couple more things that I wanted to mention that are important. So for UNLV, use their template. For Boston and for UNC, they provide their own template on their website. You can use it, but I don't think it's required, but I probably would use it. Like if the school provides their resume template, use it. If they don't provide any template, then I would use kind of similar to this template. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you, it is very important after you're done with your resume, make sure there is no grammar mistake. So ask some maybe American to read this resume and make sure there is no mistakes. Or if you don't have such an option, you can also just do like Grammarly check anything. But grammar mistake will just ruin all perception from your resume. So make sure there is no mistakes. That's very important. It has to look organized, efficient, and the language has to be obviously proper. And the very last thing that I wanted to tell you, it is once you're done, I would have saved this resume as a PDF file. This kind of will make it look more efficient, and I would name the file resume, and I would put the year in which this resume created, because obviously your resume gets updated every year, if not more often. So I would put like your name, for example, like name, last name, then I would put year, like 2023, and I would put the resume. So resume, name, like any order, but this things has to be in the title, in the file name. I think this is it, guys. Please let me know if you have any questions about resume or about anything else. I'm always happy to answer anything to the best of my knowledge, and you can write them in the comments below, and like my video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you liked my video. See you soon, guys. Bye.